Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
I'd like to introduce the challenger for the Commonwealth lightweight title. A big round of applause, please, from Hull. It's Superman himself, Tommy Coyle. I have no idea what this is about, I've got to tell you, but just sitting there, Tommy. How are you, mate? And of course, always the loudest cheer in the world, in the room rather, for his opponent, the reigning Commonwealth champion from Birkenhead. That's Batman himself, Sean Masher Dodd.
Sorry I'm late, I've been saving lives all morning.
I've absolutely, you can explain this in a minute, I've no idea what's going on here. I'd like to welcome up to the team one half of the main event here on April 21st at the Greco Arena with his team Jay Chowdhury and Francesco Le Greco. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause from Canada, Phil Le Greco. And of course, back from the jungle, but of course back to the UK fighting for the first time in 5 years. He's going to be headlining at the Greco Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the former unified light welterweight champion of the world, Amir King Khan. Amir's thinking, oh, I'm back in British boxing now, on the same table as Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
No way, will you, don't you? In case there's any snakes under the table. You've got to look after that, haven't you? Liverpool, give a nice welcome, everyone. King Khan's back on the dot. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's always fun up here. Our favourite fight city. We're here in Liverpool, April the 21st, Greco Arena. And we're looking forward to filling this place up with a great card. Of course, the return of Amir Khan, back on Sky Sports after 5 years boxing in the UK. His first fight back against Phil Le Greco from Canada. Welcome to him and his team. And a great card already announced with more to come after today. But what a lineup we have for you on April the 21st. We're going to, again, have a round of applauses for everybody on the table before I speak to them. Let's go to the front table. A young man who, of course, in his last fight didn't get the result he wanted, but what support he has from Liverpool, and I believe has a big future in the game still. That's a former WBA Continental light welterweight champion, Tom Farrell. Another great young fighter coming up, undefeated. We're blessed to have them in our stable and blessed to have them in British boxing at the moment. These two sitting next to each other will undoubtedly be fighting each other at some point in their career. First of all, from Preston, the former Commonwealth Games gold medalist, Scott Fitzgerald. These two men are in a great little scrap on the undercard. Two very talented fighters, of course, from Manchester, Bilal Remain, and also from Liverpool, both 10-0 these guys. Ryan Mulcahy, the Central Area champion, defending his title, both 10-0. That's Ryan Mulcahy and Bilal Remain fighting on this card. A young man who has lit up many venues around the UK and of course in New York recently, and was involved in, I think, one of the fights of the year last December at York Hall. Coming into the game with very little amateur experience and learning on the big stage every time he fights, but fights with a tremendous amount of heart and passion and he's getting better and better and better, and 2018 we'll see him challenge 4 titles. His first time boxing in Liverpool as a professional, ladies and gentlemen, Conor Benn. Of course, Liverpool blessed with great fighters, and great to see some young talent developing, and I think none better than this young man. Of course, a stellar amateur career, boxed all over the world, won many major titles, and of course a Rio Olympian himself. Liverpool through and through, currently undefeated, looking to step up on April 21st into a big fight. Ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool's Anthony Fowler. Before we speak to the guys on the bottom table, just to let you know as well, Natasha Jonas will be challenging for her first title on this card as well. She's actually in Parliament today discussing women in sport, so she couldn't be with us. What a cheek, I thought. I thought she could have stood the Prime Minister up, to be honest with you, for Batman and Robin. But a very important member of the cast on April 21st as well. Tom, let's start with you. Didn't work out last time against Liverpool's favourite friend, O'Hara Davis, but a good learning experience, a tough fight for you, and now ready to go back to the arena and pursue your plans for 2018.
Yeah, good to be back. I've had a nice break, refreshed, charged the batteries. People just think I've been on holiday, I haven't been doing that. I've still been training, working away in the gym. So yeah, looking forward to be back. No, it's great to be back on a big show. Got a little sort of warm-up tune if I get the bus off on March the 10th on Steve Wood show. So just got to thank everyone again for, there's loads already coming to that, and I'm sure loads will be putting orders in for tickets and coming to support me again. Don't really know who I'm going to be fighting, but again, looking forward to getting back in the ring and putting the show on in the Echo.
Thanks, Tom. Bilal, Conor, if you could pass the mic over. This is what I love about boxing. So I was sitting there last night and I was talking to Steve Wood, and the plan was for Ryan Mulcahy, of course he's a scouser, to have him on the card defending his title. Steve Wood's a real boxing man. I mean, I'll say nice things about him. He's actually, I think he's had to leave for a meeting, so we can say bad things if we want as well. But he likes to make good fights, and he said to me, I tell you what, there's a great fight between Ryan Mulcahy, our guy, and Bilal Remain. Bilal, they don't particularly like each other. They've said a few choice words, but they're both 10-0. So I said to Steve Wood, oh, he's not going to take the fight, is he? Bilal Remain, 10-0 against another 10-0. Anyway, about 30 seconds later, he phoned me back to say the fight was done. So this is great. This is what we want in British boxing. And this is going to be a nice little live to kick us off on April 21st. Bilal, thank you for taking the fight. And a big step up for you on a big show on April 21st.
Wow, it's a big stage to make my name. It's not a big step up because I've fought a few undefeated fighters already, so it's a big step up for Ryan Mulcahy, to be honest, not for me.
Tell us a little bit about you, obviously.
In my first fight, I fought a guy who was 5-0. In my last previous fights, I fought a guy who was 9-0 for a British Challenge belt. Took him, knocked him out in the 8th round, beat him. Ryan Mulcahy's not fought no one. He's fought all foreign fighters and he's fought no one yet, so it's a big old step up for him.
What's your name again?
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid.
Well, what's your name? I'm not heard you.
Kid.
Ryan?
This is your hometown, I'm not heard you.
There you go.
Okay, Ryan.
Said even levels above me on Facebook, by the way.
This guy's been obsessed with me since September. He's not left me alone, so I have to
even know his name.
No wonder if I was ready for 30 seconds. He's not left me. Tweeting me every single day, man. Flipping he's obsessed with me.
That's all you have to do is talk. Give it a rest, lad. I don't know your name. Anyone want to throw a name with that? I got
they will know my name after this fight.
He knocked some weight trained Ashley Payton out, who I could have sparked in about.
That's not my fault, that's his.
Yeah. I went away from home in the central area title against Ben Wager, who's not a foreigner, who'd beat you every day of the week on Sunday. You bit off more than you can chew asking for me, so we'll see. April 21st when you get flattened, you fucking tit.
I've never been beat by a midget, you're not going to be first.
We ask everybody, as always, to keep the language respectful. Ryan, it is a step up for you. We've seen glimpses of you early on in your career. It's an important fight for you right now as you look to move on towards domestic. First step.
Well, to be honest, I was looking for vacating this title and moving on to bigger things because, this fight was penciled in for November because he called for the fight. He didn't show up. I ended up having to box an import because I couldn't get a fight for my title, so I was looking for vacating it due to frustration, not getting an opponent. finally, I don't know why he took the fight now on Sky, because he's just...
Well, we don't back away from fight, we'll fight anyone, so...
Why did you call me out then, pull out? Why did you call me out?
You had to know why.
Well, because you called me out and I didn't take the fight, so you're a shit.
But as you not stop complaining.
Sam, we'll see April 21st when he gets flattened in front of everyone on Sky.
You can't flatten no one.
Can't flatten no one.
You know what level I was going to lose weight for.
You boxed him. Boxed, absolutely.
Lose some weight, get ready, and then we'll settle down.
Put some weight on that and change your fucking haircut.
Okay. We're going to move on because Phil can't understand the accent. You can. Okay. Scott, over to you. We're looking to get our end of Feb as well, but again, you've done your apprenticeship now. Looking for 10 rounds on April 21st and looking for your first title shot as well.
Yeah, it's another great show to be on, and like you say, I'm fighting end of Feb as well before this, so the April 21st fight will be my 10th fight. That's when I wanted to really step up and, like you said, 10 rounder for hopefully a decent title, and I'm looking forward to getting in there, winning the title, defending it a few times and stepping right up this year.
Every division right now in British boxing seems to be really strong domestically. Now the light middleweight as well has some great depth to it. We've got a fantastic fight on Sky Sports this weekend between Ted Cheeseman and Carson Jones. The man to your left as well, Anthony Fowler's going to be mixing it. Really good fights to be made over the next 12 months domestically.
Yeah, the division's really looking good now with fighters that are coming through, younger fighters coming through, so it's going to be who can dominate it in this country first and then push on from there, so looking forward to getting stuck right in anyway.
One man who believes he can dominate the light middleweight division, Anthony Fowler. The machine, welcome. We've missed you. Some time off with a hand injury, itching to get back, looking to get a quick run out, probably in early March, and then again looking for a big step up for you on April 21st.
Yeah, definitely trying to push on this year, like last year I had 4 fights, 4 comfortable wins, but I didn't really set the world alight where I wanted to. I wanted people to come and fight me rather than just run away and cover up. So this year I want a few more fights where people think, you know what, this could be good, and I'm just going to destroy them, so prove that level up that I'm at.
We've seen a lot of your compatriots, team members, stepping up. Josh Kelly seems to be stepping up through the rounds quite quickly, and a massive fight on Saturday night between your Rio teammate Lawrence Okoli and Isaac Chamberlain. Looking forward to your step up as well in 2018.
Yeah, definitely it's all about in boxing the right fights at the right time. I always believe that, and I believe I've got a great team with Dave and yourself to guard me, nice and slow, and but at a good pace. Every fight I want to step up and keep climbing the rankings, and this year, and especially on April 21st, I want to get good opponents so I can show what I'm about. It's all good beating up journeymen like they used to have just been saying, but when it's a real fight, you see what you're made of, and when people come to win, I want someone to come back and try and beat me, rather than just me beating up some fella who's come over for a few quid.
Okay, Connor, we found what you was all about in December. Great fight at York Hall, and talking to you in the car up on the way to today, very, very excited about your first fight in Liverpool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I put a tweet up a while back saying how excited I was to fight in Liverpool. And it's something I wanted to tick off. And I've just come off the back of a hard win. It was hard work. I felt like I'd done too much last year in a short period of time. It was 5 fights in 6 months, including going to New York and coming back, and had a severe allergic reaction out there due to my vanity. But it happens, and I come back and. I didn't know. You don't know if you got the heart to get up off the canvas the way I did. I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy I went through that, and I need to make amends this year, and I will have the rematch some point this year because I need to prove myself. If I was a Conor Ben on the night, I would have licked him about all the place. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's going to be another stepping stone to a great year, and I'm excited to start the year off fighting in Liverpool, and I hope you're all excited as well, as much as I am.
Thank you, Connor. Over to Adam Smith, head of boxing for Sky Sports. A fantastic calendar of fights coming up. Of course, 02 on Saturday, a great show. Kell Brook returning against Rabchenko early March. Brilliant heavyweight fight between Dillian White and Lucas Brown, and then the big blockbuster Anthony Joshua against Joseph Parker for the Unified Heavyweight World Championship. And then the return of Amir Khan, someone who you've been a big believer of for a number of years.
I have indeed, and add Deontay Wilder against Luis Ortiz to that list as well on March the 3rd. It's absolutely booming boxing at the moment. My team at the back at base are getting ready for a Cody Chamberlain on Saturday night, which has gone through the roof. I think people are really excited to be back at big shows. It's going to be a fantastic night in London on Saturday. But listen, I love Liverpool. Liverpool's a fighting city, and it's always great to be back. Just listen to the banter on the bottom table. You've also got Conor Benn coming off probably the best undercard fight of last year. Terrific talent, terrific action expected again on April the 21st. Two of the great characters in boxing as well, in Tommy Cole and Sean Mashador, getting together. You just see with the outfits today, they bring sparkle, they bring fun to the game, but they also bring a lot of belief and a lot of talent too, so I'm really excited about that. Amir Khan back, yes, big fan, big believer in Amir, really pleased to have him back on Sky Sports. And in comes Phil the Greco, who we had the pleasure of a few hours at Sky Studios yesterday. What a talker, what a character. Made of poorly Malinages, and we'll hear plenty from him today. He believes he can derail Amir. Amir believes he's back to business. Let's bring it on.
Thank you, Adam. Tommy, firstly, on the serious side, a big opportunity for you, an absolute must-win fight. We know what titles mean to you, we know what fighting means to you. On the not so serious side, what the hell is that outfit all about? But talk to us about, firstly, the outfit, and secondly, this great fight between you and Sean Dodd on April 21st.
Firstly, I think the outfit, I mean, I'm a fan of Mashador. You know, I love his fighting style. He's a top kid. I love the little dance at the end of a fight. You know, I'm a fan at the end of the day. I love boxing, and you know, I'm not going to come here today and try and sell a fight with some cheap trash talk and, you know, talk a fight up or pretend to dislike one another, because that's not the case. I genuinely like the kid. So I says to him, I text him, I says, hey, why don't we have a bit of banter and, you know, come as some superheroes or something? So he says, you know, he's like mad as a box of frog. He says, yeah, why not? So I went and got the outfits. And, you know, we just turned up, and that's what it's about, just something different. We're going to go in there on the 21st and knock lumps out of each other, because I want to win the Commonwealth title, and, you know, I'll do everything I can in my power to win that title. So why not have some fun in the build-up? You know, why not have a laugh? I don't dislike him. I'm just gonna lever him.
Have you seen the film? Lastly, Tommy, we've seen you in some brilliant...
I wanted to come as Batman, you know, but he's got no hair.
I'm the champion. I'm the champion of Batman one.
He couldn't come as Clark Kent because he's got no hair.
that was my idea. Tommy, just finally, we've seen you in some brilliant fights. Of course, the Daniel Brazuela fight, I think, goes down as one of the great fights on these shores. The Katsidis fight as well, the Luke Campbell fight outdoors in Hull. This stage in your career, absolute must-win fight on April 21st against Sean Dodd?
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly believe it's come full circle. I do, on a serious note. My first ever fight on TV was against Derry Matthews, who was, again, one of my pals. Knocked me spike out in round 10 for the Commonwealth title in my hometown. I'm coming to Liverpool now, again, fighting for the Commonwealth title. And I plan to do the same to Batman over there.
Sean, Ed? I was thinking the other day that I think what's happened to you in boxing is, and I'm really hoping, this is a kind of sort of situation and relationship where one day me and you can meet up, when I was going to say when you've got no hair, but you know, in about 20 years time, and look back and say, you know what, that was brilliant. That was brilliant what happened to me in boxing, because I keep talking, I know the story's old now, you took the fight against Gary Buckland on short notice, you took a chance, and from there you've completely changed your life. You made plenty of dough, you know, you boxed on TV umpteen times, you won major titles, you're a real great example to any young fighter. You're not crying, are you?
I'm about to cry.
Look at you behind the mask. And you know, we always ask, when will the journey end? But this is a great journey, and I know, despite the jokes and the costumes, I know what this means to you, and I know how important the 21st of April is for you once again.
Yeah, Ed, you know, good to see you, good to see everyone, and you know, all the boxers, and Adam, lucky Adam, sitting next to Batman, but looking well as well, by the way, Ed, so good to see everyone, thank you. As you touched on there, you know, it'd be nice if you got in touch in a couple of years' time and reflected on things, so you know where to find me. Just look out for the light in the sky, the Batman light, and I'll have you under the light, mate. No, but on a serious note, you know, boxing has given me a life. It's that story of, you know, we all want to make something of ourselves, and we all want to better ourselves, and we all want to become something, but we just don't know how to do it, or how you know, what it is that's going to make it happen for us. I just fell in love with boxing, and boxing gave me a life, and boxing has made me become someone who I could only dreamed of being someone, making something of myself. And in boxing, you know, it's a lonely sport, so you can always take the credit yourself as well as your team and your family around you, and you know, everyone playing a little bit of part, but it's down to yourself who's going to take them risks and make the sacrifices and put in the hard work and take a chance, and the chance and the risks, sacrifices are paid off. Now I'm become someone. Now I'm in Birkenhead, and you know, I'm the mayor of Birkenhead, as Eddie said. So you know, yesterday I was a Commonwealth champion, today I'm big Batman. So you know, just the story just getting better and better, and you know, I'm just loving and living for every day, every moment, and I want to be better than the person I was yesterday.
I think one thing that stood out in your recent performance is the way that you've adapted in your fights, the way you've improved technically in your fights. You used to just be renowned as a guy who goes in and slugs it out and tries to outgrind your opponent. Last time you boxed Tom Stalker, everyone said it's either Masher by KO or Stalker to outbox you. You outboxed him. You won nearly every round in that fight. You did the same against Lee Appleyard. You know, you did the same against the European champion as well, went on to win the European title as well. You feel like you've added new assets to your game as you've progressed, and you know, great job done by the coaching team as well.
Yeah, most definitely, as you say, teamwork makes the dream work, and you know, I knew what I was good at. You know, I've got a big heart. You know, people say, you know, big set of, and I'm brave, and I'll take risks, and I can fight. You know, and I learned that trade on the streets. You know, I knew I could fight. But boxing's different, it's an art, and over the years I've been practicing and learning that art. It's only been obviously when you step up in opponents and in levels, you start needing, you know, to add these strings to the bow, and you know, just one way won't always get it unless you know, you're as good as, you know, Conor Benn or someone like that. He'll just destroy people, but you know, we've got to adapt, and that's what I've been working on in, you know, in the past, learning basically how to box, how to adapt, how to basically just come at every angle, any angle, and be ready for anyone or anything, whatever day comes. And you know, I think the fight with Tom Stalker was a blessing, because I sort of fought my way through a lot of people. I mixed up with a bit of fighting, a bit of boxing here and there, but most of it was one on heart. Tom Stalker, you know, was a glorified GB amateur captain for GB in the Olympics, you know, a multi-medalist winner, and I outboxed him with respect. I'd done it easily as well. So you know, it just showed that what I've been learning in the past I put into practice. And again, with Tommy Cole, you know, every fight is for a reason, and it's always to win, lose or draw. It's to put you in good stead for the next fight. It depends what you learn and how you come from it. And you know, I believe I'm ready now for Tommy Cole. He's a step up. He's another opponent that, you know, he dreams to fight, but you don't want to fight, because I see this as a Gatti and Ward fight. Something I've always loved, Artur Gatti and Ward fighting. It's a fight that, without realising the law of attraction, that it's something I've always wanted to be involved of and be a part of. I've always wanted to be remembered and leave a legacy, to be known that I'm someone. And man, you know, Ward and Gatti is the fight that I've always been thinking of and dreaming of. And I think Tommy Coyle.
What about Balboa and Creed?
I haven't got it. What's the name?
Adrian.
I haven't got an Adrian. Because I'm definitely wrong. But yeah, so, you know, I think we're going to have that fight. We're going to, you know, they were good friends. Me and Tommy were good friends. We've never met each other. The first time we ever met each other in person. And I like the lad, and I was a friend before I met him. So we're going to be continuous good friends, but we're going to get in there, and we're going to have one hell of a fight. I know we are. We're going to relive Ward and Gatti, and it's going to be remembered forever and ever and ever and ever. And know it is. It's just going to be one hell of a fight, and I cannot wait.
Thanks, Masha. I agree. Two great lads, and I think one great fight we're going to see on April 21st for the Commonwealth lightweight title. Now we're going to move on to the main event. We're going to start with you, Mr. Greco. You called this fight out for a long, long time. We know